Hi everyone, it's Donna here, and I am here to show you a couple of Gypsy Boho journals that I just finished. I intended to only do one, this one, and then when I got done I had a bunch of stuff left over, so I thought I'd make a second one. This one is called Sabina. I'll start with the larger one. Sabina is 6 by 9 and 3 signatures and probably about 2.5 inches thick. She is closed, well, they're both closed with some batik, beautiful batik fabric that I have. I have actually strips of this that I got at the auction a couple of years ago, so I've been slowly using it up. The cover is, both covers are soft covers, flexible covers. This one is made with a beautiful upholstery type fabric, very textile. There's this amber beaded trim along the top that I got at the estate sale a couple weeks ago, or last week. And that goes all the way around. And then at the bottom there's also some beaded trim along the bottom also, and it's kind of mixed in with this burgundy fringe trim along the bottom. There's a tassel, boho tassel, that is removable. It's held on with a bulb pin. It has lots of sari silk and fibers and beads. And there's a boho bead, one of my boho beads on here somewhere. There it is. A boho bead on there as well. Most of the images, the Gypsy boho images in here come from 3 different places. The Graphics Fairy, Pinterest, and I found a few books with some images in them on archive.org. And if you haven't checked out that website, you have to check it out. It's scans of electronically scanned vintage and antique books. There, in this journal, I use a lot of seed catalog, vintage seed catalog covers, and I think all of those came from archive.org. If you go to that website, www.archive.org, and in the search bar on the website, type in seed catalog, you'll get tons of them. And you can just open them up and go to the page you want, right click and do save as, and you can save it to your computer and then print it out in any way. I use Microsoft Word to print out my images. I need to get going because these are jam-packed. There's all kinds of things hanging out of the sides, the top, and the bottom of these. Very, very full. I should have brought something to put underneath here, but oh well. Oh, and I also used, I have a stack of, or a container full of little die cut pieces that are left over from my card making. When I do some mass making, I have these die cuts left over, and like that's one of them. So there's lots of die cut, just scrapbooking paper in here. This is on palmistry, and there's a gypsy lady there. And I have this beautiful pom-pom trim along the edge here. Definition of bohemian. Coffee dyed paper. Here's some of my snippet roll that I used on this flap. And there's a little tag in here that flips up. Lots of shiny trims and appliques in here. A postcard. That's a digital. And Gypsy in another one of my die cuts. Over here there's some beautiful trim at the bottom. And one of my fabric covered tags. This one has a lace pocket in it with a playing card and a tiny flash card tucked into it. Finally using up some of my Venice lace trims that I have. Here's one of my doilies that I have for sale right now. I still have some left of it. This one I coffee stained, and I backed it with some coffee stained paper so you can write on the back. Ledger page from 1910, that's an original. And on this fabric tab there's a little moon and a star charm. One of my boho tags that I showed in a previous video with beautiful beaded sari applique, and it's covered with sari fabric. On the back side is a journaling card and a little calling card. The backs of all of the cards are blank for journaling. Over here is here's one of the seed catalog covers from archive.org. This was left over from my card making. It's just a stamped, embossed image on alcohol ink background. It's a little shiny. And then a playing card. Oops. And on the back side is another one of those embossed images on alcohol ink background, and another gypsy lady. It's a little collage down there. This is the rest of that doily, and I just stitched up the middle and made two pockets out of it. And here's a couple of my fabric covered tags, journaling on the back. Beautiful fabric. On this short page there's some trim at the bottom with a mother of pearl button, some gathered stitched fabric, fussy cut flower on music page. Here's some more of my Venice lace trim up there, some stenciling, another piece of sari fabric going down there, a little ticket and a cigarette card from the 1930s. This is an original from 1940 something. I don't think it says it on it, but I know it came from a scrapbook from the 40s. Another of my die cuts, a seed catalog, and then this is a vintage postcard from 1910. That's an original. Just a little tuck spot with one of my die cuts, another seed catalog, and another die cut with a mushroom. I showed this journal to my mother, and this past weekend, she's 94, and she pulled this out and she was flipping it around. I'm like, Mom, it's a mushroom. And she looked at it, she says, no, it's a duck. Can you see the duck? There's his bill. There's one of those ducks with the big thing on their head. She saw a duck. It's like, no, it's a mushroom. We had a good laugh over that. Some black ruffled trim on the edge there. This pocket, I probably should have done it a little bit differently, but there are some sequins embedded in the pocket. It's kind of like a shaker pocket. And in it is another greeting card. This one has no date on the back, but it's vintage, and an Edith Holden tag. And the beginning of this one has 3 signatures. Oh, I didn't count the pages. I'll have to put that in the description box below. Some beautiful beaded, blue and brown beaded trim on the edge there. A definition of wanderer. And inside of this pocket there's a die cut, a calendar, a ledger calendar from 1872, and another greeting card. This one is says 1909, and it's embossed. and some stenciling on the back there. More stenciling, another tuck spot with a couple of my die cuts. Beautiful sari fabric. That is a flip. Lots of shine on that page. Another piece of sari trim and a die cut. Here's a picture of a couple of men in front of their gypsy wagon. And just a colorful tag with some fibers at the top. Here is a page that's actually a spool thread winder, and I enlarged it, and there's one on the other side as well, so it spans the signature. And this was from Dreams, etc. No, this one is from Antique Papery. Sorry, Antique Papery, that one. And here's one of my boho tags with some black flocked fabric on the back, dictionary page underneath, beautiful beaded applique there, and then some beaded trim at the bottom. And on the back is a journaling card and another seed catalog cover. Some more ruffled fabric, some stenciling, and this is a fabric pocket with some beautiful, looks like oriental kind of fabric, silk fabric, and in it are some little pieces of ephemera that you can use, little tickets and tags, and that you can use to decorate further in the journal. That just flips onto there. Some sari fabric at the top. And another of my boho tags with the sari fabric in the background. Did I miss any of the charms? Here is a lock and key charm dangling from the paper clip. Journal card says Gypsy Love Song, and another of the seed catalog covers. And here's the back side of that spool. This pocket has a journaling card, one of the die cuts, and another picture of a gypsy family in front of their wagon. More ruffled fabric here. This is just a belly band. This looks like an oriental rug to me. And in it are a couple of pieces of ephemera from 1912. This is a bank receipt, and this is a original bank letter from 1912. And in this pocket is another die cut, another seed catalog cover, and this is an original ledger page from 1918. Beautiful, beautiful handwriting on there. Another piece from my sari snippet, my boho snippet roll. I think I'm going to be making some more of that, and I might offer it in the future. And this has a little owl, crystal owl charm attached to it, and another pearl button. Here's a big journaling card and a beautiful gypsy lady. This card just has some lace on it. This lace is for sale on my channel. The last signature starts with some more tassel trim, some mulberry paper, and the bottom of it is some Venice lace with some eyelash trim stitched to it. Here's the fortune cookie in this one. Those of you who are new to my channel, all of my journals have a fortune in them. This is a little envelope, and it folds open, and there's a fortune inside of it. And this pocket has a skeleton leaf stitched to it, and beautiful beaded sari applique, and just a journaling card, and another of the these ones that say card postal, they are from a website, and I'll try to remember to put the link to the website down below, as well as to archive.org. They have free images, although the artists upload their images there, and you can, they're free, but you can donate to the artist if you use their images. And you know, this particular one, I've downloaded quite a few of her images, and I've donated to her. Another boho tag with a beautiful beaded applique going down the side, and it's covered with sari fabric. And on the back side, this is a tarot card that I covered the back side, and I think this one is from Tim Holtz, one of his ephemera packs. Here's a glassine envelope that I decoupaged napkin on the front, and it has an envelope inside of it, and inside the envelope is a playing card, butterfly playing card, beautiful applique on there. And then I just sprayed with some of my alcohol inks, or my Glimmer Mist on the back of the envelope. This is a tissue paper printed image decoupaged on there. Here's a pocket with a collage of different fabrics and a little elephant. And another one of the pocket tags with a little die cut in it, and some velvet ribbon at the top. Another piece of the snippet, and this one has a horseshoe charm hanging from it, and some stenciling. In this pocket, oh, I forgot to show, I'll show it at the end. Another gypsy wagon with the horse, and another journaling card, and an apothecary label. This signature, they all have little things hanging from them. This one has a little beaded dangle and a wing, a crystal wing. Big journal card with that fabric. And there's a boy and his dog in front of his wagon, the gypsy wagon. Some more Venice lace trim down here. This is just the back side of that glassine envelope. I didn't use it as a pocket. I just made it as tuck spots with a die cut, and this is a die cut feather. And on the back side is a pocket with a Tim Holtz boy and his dog. Another fabric flip with some beautiful sari trim. Just some postcards, not postcards, postage stamps, colorful postage stamps along the edge of this page. This is an altered envelope that flips over to the back side. This side showing through the window is, I love this image, these two gypsy women and their little naked baby. She's holding her little naked baby. And they showed through that window perfectly. And then in the side is another collage tag with a bell on it. It just tucks in there. Oops. And the back side that's the rest of the envelope flipped open. There's 2 pockets, one in the back and one in the front. And this one is a vintage image of a gypsy family in their camp. And then another die cut. That one tucks into the back, and this one tucks into the front pocket. And on that is the definition of gypsy. Another fussy cut flower on the mulberry paper. And this just slides over the top, and it's a tall, it opens up for journaling. This side is a pocket with acetate pocket, and in it is a little see-through feather, and there's a dragonfly at the top, lots of fibers. That just flips in there. And then on the back side is a beautiful gypsy lady with gorgeous beaded applique coming down the side. And that just fits over the top. Here's some of that trim that I got at the estate sale, the blue eyelash with the purple beads in it. And just in the back pocket is some extra papers for either journaling or covering up printed pages if you want to do cover anything up. And then of course the back side. So that is Sabina. This one is Roma. She is 5 by 7. This one is a single signature. Oh, I forgot to show the charms that are in the bottom of the signatures on these. I always forget to do that. And this one has a bead dangle and a big feather. And then the middle one has it's like an arrowhead and another metal bead dangle. Okay, this one also has that amber trim along the top edge. Very dangly, beautiful sari fabric covering the entire cover. This one has a bead dangle that's also held on with a bulb pin, and you can remove it if you want. And this actually came from all that jewelry that I acquired. And this was I believe a necklace. It's got beads, bead strands, buttons, all the little tassel hanging from it. Really pretty, really colorful. I thought it went well with this journal. This one is also held together with some batik fabric, and this one's in more of the blue, green, purple tones. And I'm going to go, the inside of this one is very similar to the last one, so I'm going to go pretty quickly through this one. A collaged. This one also has a soft cover. This one is a single signature. There's some beaded, I'm going to come down a little bit on this one. This is some beaded trim on the first signature. Definition of Bohemian. Some journaling tags. Venice lace. This is a book from archive.org on entomology, a page from it. This one has an upper tuck with a couple of journaling cards with things dangling off of them. Some more Venice lace. Another of the boho tags with the beautiful beaded appliques on them. This tag has a little key and lock charm on it. Beautiful gypsy lady playing her tambourine. There's a map page, decoupage tissue, more of the Venice lace. This is a page from a 1946, like a calendar book. This page is from Dreams, etc. And on the back side, a postcard from 1911, I think that is. And just one of my die cuts. Some mulberry paper. This actually came from stationery, a set of stationery that I had. Fabric tab with a little bead dangle on it. Belly band made from my boho snippet roll, and tucked in it is an envelope covered with sari fabric and an applique, and in it are a bunch of little die cuts, little tickets, little postage stamps. Whoa, I see. I can't talk this morning. A little bit of trim on the edge of that. This is a ledger page from well, it was all different dates. 60, 61, 65. All on one page. Wow. That didn't get used very often. Some black shiny trim there. Definition of wanderer. Definition of free spirit. Here's that gypsy caravan. Oh, it looks like the same duck picture. The picture that my mother saw a duck in. This is a scan of some prescriptions from 1899. Some Venice lace trim there. Fabric trim, flip. Some stenciling, Edith Holden page in the center. This time I'm going to remember to show it. There's some little beaded dangles at the bottom of the center strings. Oh, I forgot to say the larger one is put together with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. This one is put together with a 3-hole. Sari covered script paper pocket. Beautiful sari trim, the Edith Holden page. The boho tag. Here's a vintage postcard, not dated, but it's original, and a die cut. On the back side is a tag with a pocket in the front, and this pocket is made from that kind of fringy trim that I have for sale, and a little journaling card tucked into it, some of that velvet ribbon. There's a fabric tag here with a crystal flower with a crystal hanging from it. Here's another gypsy gentleman and his horse, and die cut. Some beautiful old Venice lace trim there. Little stenciling, ruffled fabric. Another seed catalog cover, 1904. This is an original statement. It's not dated, but it's an original. It's vintage. Some embroidered trim there. Lots of place for journaling in both of these journals. I always leave lots of journaling space. This is a beautiful little beaded trim with blue or with brown square crystals. Gorgeous. Definition of gypsy and some stenciling. Just a little flip here. This is a piece cut off from that piece earlier. I couldn't throw the bird away, so I had to include them. And just some embroidered fabric, some Venice lace trim, back side of that, fabric tab with a little beaded tassel with a seahorse, not a seahorse, sand dollar at the bottom, Venice lace trim there, matte page glassine pocket, just sprayed with those sprays again, and some tassel trim at the bottom. And this is an original bank letter dated 1910. That's an original tucked in there. Here's the fortune cookie in this journal. There's a tuck spot with another postcard dated 1908. And another of my die cuts. More stenciling on here. Just a little tuck spot here with a gypsy lady, a die cut, and another die cut. And fabric ruffled on the front. Little piece of Venice lace trim there. And in the back is more colorful paper that you can use to journal on or cover up. And the back side of the journal. So that is Roma. Both of these journals are for sale. If they are still for sale when you see this, when you watch this video, the purchase information will be down below in the description box. And that's all I have for today. Not sure what I'm doing this weekend, if I'm even doing a video this weekend, but if I do, it'll be at the normal time, Saturday at 1. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. And I would love to hear your comments on what you think of these journals. They were so much fun to make. And you should see my desk over there. It is covered with shiny things. I may even make another journal. Who knows? But that's all for today. Bye for now.